The Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic or Black Metallic Silver, they're back once again, and this time they've been reimagined. How did they do? Let's find out. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on the Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic for 2025. These guys right here are part of the Reimagined series, so it's just one of many shoes that have been reimagined with a twist. And this is not the first time that this shoe has re-released. The shoe originally released way back in 1990, and then it was first retroed in the year 2000. It was retroed again in 2007, 2011, and 2016. However, this particular release will come in an original style box. Mine actually has a reimagined treatment on there because whoever dropped these off, them up. But basically what happens is when you open up the lid, you've got the black tissue paper. You open that guy up, there's a divider. Be careful. This particular shoe actually rubbed against that cardboard divider and it scuffed it a little bit. I was able to get it out, but if you get them and they look like that, don't worry, like you can clean it off, just be patient. But anyways, this is what they look like straight out of the box. And in my opinion, I think that they did actually a pretty damn good job. I was not super excited based off of initial images. The toe rand looked like it was still that up weird shape that they've been using on all of these like current Air Jordan 5s. They actually did tweak the toe, so I thought that was a good move. It still does not look like the original, but I will say that it looks way better than anything recent, like something like this. So if you were to match them up, not only can you see that the height of the toe and the shape overall is a little bit different, but that toe rand also rolls up just a little bit. Again, not like the original, but at least they're trying. They're moving back in towards that direction. So this one right here, I will say, is one of those Jordan 5s where I'd be like, they're good. Like you can pick these up, you'll be fine. Now, when you pull them out of the box, they do come with these little cardboard inserts that are tucked behind the, the lace lock and between the tongue and everything. It's to protect the reflective material that the tongue is made out of.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! SpongeBob, careful!
Just in case you were wondering, the whole reimagined theme, basically they take an original colorway and then they tweak it a little bit. This particular one, they basically have like highlighted the cut lines, you know what I'm saying? Like the panel lines. And I don't know really why, because they're supposed to really like reflect the reflective material. And you can see that the tongue is mighty reflective, but the rest of everything, it's just, I mean, it's there, but it's not like super crazy or anything like that. The branding is way more reflective than the piping, I think. But that's the whole overall gist of the theme. And then they took things up a notch with the white lace swap right here. They do come equipped with additional black laces just in case you want to keep them straight up OG. But this particular look, we actually all saw on court, on MJ's feet. Like he actually did his own lace swap. Not sure why, but it looked amazing. And so that's how these things come. And I think that that's really dope. They also come with a slightly remixed Nike Air card on here. Obviously it's not the standard orange. It's supposed to be metallic silver and stuff like that. Not reflective, but I think it's a nice touch. Now, as far as the shoe is concerned, the outsole, pretty standard, especially for an Air Jordan 5. Obviously, we've got OG branding on there, so it says Nike instead of Jordan. The midsole itself is polyurethane. Inside of that polyurethane midsole is an encapsulated 4-foot air sole unit, and then in the rear, we've got a visible one. Basically, from the Air Jordan 3 through the Air Jordan 6, we've got the same exact tech specs, just different sculpting and things like that with the midsole. The Air Jordan 7 through 9 also have the same exact tech specs, but those air units are no longer visible. They're all encapsulated. The insole, thank goodness, is fucking polyurethane. I was surprised, I was shocked. I almost thought like, oh great, they're gonna do that switcheroo and give us a white dream cell. Nope, it's real polyurethane. It's awesome. These are very comfortable for a retro. So if you have worn Jordan 5s in the past and thought, they're not that great, but you've worn the Air Jordan 5 OG in the white and black, which they now call fire red, even though the fire red has a black tongue, but whatever. There's fire red on the shoe, so I get it. Those came with a polyurethane insole and they were mad comfortable too. So these feel like those, and I think that that is awesome. I also really like the liner that they used. It looks very retro. The Nike Air branding looks great. And then the namesake of the shoe obviously comes from the 4-foot right here on the midsole itself. You've got the shark teeth on there. The shoe itself, like part of the inspiration for it was a old fighter plane, the ones with the little shark teeth on there. Not the full inspiration. There's multiple things that go into sneaker design, like they'll pull from multiple different things. But one of the things that's very prominent is that shark tooth design. It's on there. It's done up in metallic black. You got a little bit of splatter paint carryover from the last model, the Air Jordan 4, and it's just beautiful, man. I love it. The upper itself originally was Durabuck. Nowadays they use synthetic nubuck, and that's basically what Durabuck was. It was a synthetic material. It was supposed to be super durable, but when you look at OG pairs, like it doesn't last forever, you know what I'm saying? So just wear your shoes while you can, bro. The piping is like a weird coating. It's very strange. Like when you lift up the bottom panel, you can see behind it that it is still the synthetic nubuck. And so I don't know how they treated this. I'd be very curious to know, but it's like they dipped it or something. It's just very strange, you know what I mean? It's only on the cut lines. So I don't know how they bonded that on there. I don't know how well it's gonna wear. I wonder if it'll crack and fall off eventually. It's almost fascinating, like being like, I don't know if I've seen this like this, you know what I'm saying? So I think that this is dope. You still have translucent panels on the side panel as well as the tongue. That was another carried over feature from the Air Jordan 4, which was the first model within the Air Jordan line to heavily focus on breathability and ventilation. Again, they carried that over here. Jordan was a stickler for making things good, consistent, lightweight, breathable, all of that kind of stuff, and also looking clean. So that's what this shoe looks like. I think that they look great. This is just a fantastic model. I gotta say the toe really like looks way better. Like, and I want to emphasize that it looks so much better than some of the past releases that we've been getting, that like this makes me happy. It's like maybe they're gonna be like reverting back to that OG look like they should. The tongue, like I was saying earlier, is still reflective. It's nice and thin too, like not super thin, but it's not like skate puffy like some of the past releases. You still have the Air Jordan branding behind it. That thing, I will say, if you wear no-show socks, or even if you do wear like quarter cuts and things like that, sometimes that stuff will like chafe your leg or like your shin. So what I like to do is actually just put a piece of tape on it, because that way the edging doesn't like mess with my skin and everything.
Light bulb.
Nike Air branding on the rear. I don't know how I feel about it, like the way that it looks really good, but I do love the stitched look. The stitched look looks vintage to me, you know what I mean? This definitely has a much cleaner look to it, so that's one of the things where I like it. Do I love it? I'm not sure. I really liked the bold white, like just clean stitching, you know what I mean? Like I think that it looks really clean like that. This is still cool though. I do like that it's reflective. It was unique. And again, they do still have the lace locks. I don't usually keep those on my shoes, but just in case you wanted to, they are there, so there you go. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that's what I would recommend. Some of these newer ones, like this guy right here, I've been recommending to go down half a size for most people. That is not the case with these. These fit much better. I went true to size. I'm happy that I did. I was considering going down half a size, and I'm glad that I didn't, because then they wouldn't be wearable. They'd be too tight. So true to size, you should be good. And with that being said, what is today's question of the day?
What was the first ever console you played on?
First ever console that I played on was the original NES system. I'm not old enough for the Atari stuff. I know that a lot of people like that's like their first like gaming console or gaming system, and that was not mine. But yeah, I famously got mine, not famously, but like in my life, famously. And I got mine when I turned 7. It was like the greatest day of my life, you know what I mean? Of my childhood life. And it's the only birthday that I truly remember and everything because of that present. Like I was fucking shocked that I got it. But before I received it on my birthday, the only way that I was ever able to play it was actually at daycare. So that was my first experience. Once we were done with our homework, they would give us Nintendo time. I remember the earthquake, like I was playing that Nintendo system in their house when that earthquake went down, and I was like still glued to it. They had to like rip me off of it because I was like, Nintendo. That was my first console experience, and it's probably still like to this day like my favorite console, even though I really love the GameCube and the N64, especially if we're talking about like Nintendos in general. But yeah, it's a special one. You?
Mine was a Nintendo as well.
The first one?
Yeah, I have young parents, and so it was definitely purchased
for
more
them.
So probably for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they bought that. I did play Atari though, like
Really?
later on in elementary school.
Was it yours?
No, my best friend, her parents had it, and
Oh,
so
that's
they had
cool.
set it up for them, and so I liked playing Joust.
But what about you guys? What was your first console that you ever played with? Sound off below and let us know. On top of that, let us know what you think about these bad boys in the comment section. How do you like the changes that they made to the toe? I think that they look way better, so I think that this is a huge plus or a positive in this release's direction. It was the one thing that I was really worried about, and I'm glad that they didn't like mess it up too badly. You know what I mean? Like this right here, I think is good. But I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. Do you think that they're reimagined enough? Do you love the white laces? What do you think about the piping? Leave your comments in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. We will catch you. Leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Whoa.
If you'd
Man.
gotten it right the first time, it would have been fine.
I'm sorry. I was trying, okay? Just blame it all on me. Thank you so much. I was on a roll too.
Were you?
Well, a roll of the tongue. It was coming out. Thank you so much for being here. We will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.